Hi friends, Tracy Bish here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Welcome to the Monochromatic Instagram hop again for this week. This week we're featuring Old Olive, and I'm bringing forward the Unbounded Beauty Suite. So I've got the Flowers of Beauty bundle as well as the Unbounded Love bundle. So starting off with a piece of A4 basic white thick, I've just cut it in half, scored it in half and created my card front and just burnishing that card front. So the Unbounded Love bundle has some really great dies in it with labels. So I'm just sort of picking and choosing which ones I want. I certainly wanted that circle, the oval one. And then I also wanted to add a little bit of, so I've got some elements of leaves from that Unbounded Love, but also the outline for one of those flowers in the Flowers of Beauty suite. Alright, so I'm using Versamark ink, and we're going to heat emboss with white powder, and I want to add my sentiment in. The sentiment I'm using is Happy Birthday, which, you know, very easy one to create for and one that we need a lot of cards for. I've also stamped that beautiful flower that we're going to die cut from as well. So with Versamark, it's a clear sticky ink, and it's perfect for heat embossing. And I've got my white powder here, it sticks perfectly to it. And I'm going to bring in the heat tool and just melt that powder until it becomes melted, nice and glossy and white. I love heat embossing. I think it's one of my favorite techniques. It's my go-to technique. And if you've been following me for a little while, you probably already know that. So we're going to die cut that flower as well as that oval circle or oval label with the sentiment, and then I've got a couple of those little leaves dies as well. And I'm just going to use my mini machine here because, you know, I can get away with using it with these die cuts for today. And it takes up less room on my desk, which is awesome. So hopefully you've already sort of seen the monochromatic hops before. They are Instagram hops, so this is my card for Old Olive. But if you head over to my Instagram, you'll be able to see everyone taking part in this week's challenge. And my handle is actually at Stampin, STAMPIN, Tracy Bish. So go over and check that out if you haven't already. So we've got all these die cut out. These little leaves don't come out all that well, so you may have to poke them a little bit to get all those little pieces out. But, you know, it's fairly easy as well. Lots of little pieces. So here I am. I'm just sort of working out what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep this really quite simple and make it elegant. Simple and elegant, that's the look I was going for on this card. And I thought, you know, we'll add this to sort of the center. And I thought, well, the stark white's probably a little bit too stark. So I'm going to bring in my blending brush, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that Old Olive to the center. And, you know, just make it a little bit, you know, less stark white. Now, if you have a heavy hand like I do, a big tip is to hold the end of your handle for your blending brush and be very light with your hand. I've got a very heavy hand, and I can do some real damage if I'm hanging to the top of that brush. Okay, so I'm just going to do my little placements here, which I think is really cute. But I think it still needed a little bit more. So I've grabbed that leaf stamp from the Flowers of Beauty. I'm going to come in, I'm just going to add a few stamped images of those leaves. They're a little bit different to the die cuts, so it gives a great little accompaniment to the whole set. But I think really turned out quite well with that little bit of extra. I'm going to add the die cut flower to our label, and then we're going to pop both sections up with some dimensionals. And for my little leaf die cuts, I'm actually going to use just some little mini glue dots. That's probably the easiest way. You could also use your liquid glue. I just love my mini glue dots. I think they work really well with little die cuts like this. And once we have this done, I'm pretty happy with how the card turned out, but I thought it sort of needed maybe just something a little bit more. And this is something that I'm really enjoying doing, especially now that I've found that I'm not using my Stamp and Write markers, because if you use your Stamp and Write markers, it does tear up the nib of your pen a little bit. And the problem is with that, you have to buy them in a pack of the family colours, so it can be super expensive if you wreck them. But if you use your stamping blends, you know, it doesn't matter too much. Like if they get a little bit burred, it's not that much to change them over. So I've just flicked some of that beautiful old olive ink onto my card base, and then I've got some of these beautiful, what are they, iridescent faceted gems that I'm going to add down as well. Now, if you're in need of any of these supplies that I've used on today's card, you can certainly purchase them in my online store. There's a link in the description of this video, and I would love it if you did. I've got some great perks for my customers. Don't forget, this is an Instagram hop, so go over to Instagram and see what everyone else is creating using these great colour old olive. It's been around forever. And if you've enjoyed this video, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video, and yeah, leave me a comment as well. Alright everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this week's Instagram hop. I hope you've enjoyed today's card, and I'll be back really soon with another one for you. Alright everyone, enjoy your day. Bye bye.